In this video here, we're going to talk about page 57, question number 1, and examples. So it might look very confusing that we have all these terms together, but just clear your mind a little bit. All you need to understand right now is that if you're using x as the variable, anything that's related to x will be the second term. Anything related to x at the maximum degree will be the first term, which means that we would rearrange this again. The x squared, I have x in it. Negative 2zx, I also have an x in it. Minus 4x, I also have x in it. Then everything else, for example, the z, the y, and the numbers will be thrown to the back. So after rearranging, it should be looking like that. So as you can see that I would have x squared minus 2zx minus 4x minus y squared plus 2yz plus 2y plus 2z plus 3. Okay, so once you get that, you will see that over here you will have the x squared, so that doesn't change. And over here, what you can do is that you can factorize the x out. When you factorize the x out, you will have negative 2z minus 4, right? So in this case, you can also do minus 2z plus 4x. It doesn't matter. The reason why we do it this way is so that later on our factorization gets a little bit easier. Okay, so anyway, all right, so once that's done, you will see this part. And then at the back part, you will see that we would categorize everything that has y together, right? So we have the 2y, we have the 2yz. So then we factorize the y, then we have the 2z plus 2 over here. And then we have negative 2z plus 3. So you would factorize this part first. If this part is factorized, you will see that the factor for y squared will be 1 and 1. And the factor for negative 2z plus 3 would be positive 1 and then negative 2z minus 3. So when you cross multiply this, you will see that you will get negative 2z minus 2, and which is just exactly the negative 2z plus 2, because if you open a bracket, this becomes negative 2z minus 2 as well. So once you factorize it, you factorize this part, you should be able to get this part. Okay, so how do you get this part again? Again, factor is y, 1, right? So y plus 1, that's the first term, which is this guy. And then y minus 2z plus 3. So it could be y minus 2z minus 3, but since we add a bracket over here, so this becomes y minus 2z minus 3. So that's that, okay? And then this term over here will not change. And then because we're factorizing as a variable of x as a variable, right? So this is our variable, this is our variable, and then whatever over here will be the factors. So then we will factor that. Our factors for this become negative y plus 1, y minus 2z plus 3. And then our factors for x will be 1 and 1. So then you will cross multiply, and your goal is to get negative 2z minus 4. So in order for us to do that, you will see if I cross multiply this, and 1 times that, y minus 2z plus 3. Oh, actually, y minus 2z minus 3, my bad. Okay, and minus y minus 1. Y cross it out, negative 2z minus 4. And that's how you get the negative 2z minus 4 over here. Okay, so once you factorize that, so the trick for this question is that you would rearrange everything based on x squared and then x and then the non-x terms. So again, the x squares, the x, and then the non-x terms. In this case, we already know that the x squares here, the x terms is here, and then the non-x terms are over here. You would throw all the non-x terms at the back, and it would become something like that. Then you factorize it. Once you factorize it, you will be able to get their factors. Then, as a whole, you would factorize the whole thing based on the factors of the non-x terms and then the factors of x squared. So later on, you will see that some of the x squared will be like, let's say 5x squared, even 6x squared, but in this case, this is pretty easy. So it's just 1. So it's just 1, 1. And then whatever you have factors over here, negative y plus 1, and then y minus 2z minus 3, right? So your goal is that once you factorize it, or once you combine it, you'll be able to get the middle term, which is negative 2z minus 4. And then once that's done, you'll be able to factorize it and then get the result. Okay, hopefully this video helped you guys understand the concept. Thank you.